Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5 and today is Wednesday, March the 24th, 2021, and today is the day after my birthday. I got this knife for my birthday, and I actually got it the day before my birthday due to some unforeseen circumstances. But anyways, this is a gift from my brother. He knows me well. He knows I like Spanish blades, I love historical blades, I love Spanish Empire colonial blades, Creole knives, and historical knives in general, which I'm kind of repeating myself. But anyways, I've been carrying this for the past few days, and I got this GEC in the mail. I've said in a past video, not too long ago, that Callow Blades has inspired me to get a new GEC. And anyways, I was looking at this box, and it says frozen forged. I have no clue what that means, but it sounds terrible. I'm assuming they mean like cryogenically quenched or something, maybe, or some kind of tempering or heat treating process. But in general, you don't want to forge frozen steel because it does not move, it cracks. So I don't know what that means. I need to do more research on that. But the reason why I have this knife in the picture is not only because it's my current EDC and I'm going to review it soon, I also learned that this part of the knife comes very useful in opening up GEC tubes. As you can see, it comes with a pin, and I'm probably not going to wear that pin, but it's kind of cool. I might put it on something. Comes in this wax paper or parchment wrap, and this is a initial impressions review, or I don't want to call it a review. I hate it when people review things that they haven't really used, and I haven't really used this, so it's not a review, but it's initial impressions that happens to be the day after I got it and played with it a little bit. So it's not new to me, but it's new to y'all. It's somewhat new to me, I guess. But yes, this is a Coke bottle pattern. You can also call it a large swell center hunter. You can call it a fiddle or fiddleback, and you can call it a beaver tail. Now I think the beaver tail designation means that it doesn't have this bottom bowster. It would be a bear head slip joint. But any of those names will refer to this kind of Coke bottle pattern of handle. And this is also rumored to be the preferred and favorite knife of Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custard. And although he is famous for a really bad event, it's kind of interesting to have a knife that he enjoyed carrying. Now, I don't know if it's 100% truth or fact that he carried one of these knives, but it is rumored that this was his favorite knife, and I know at least in one ad, like early or late 19th century, early 20th century knife ad, mentioned that Lieutenant Colonel Custard enjoyed this knife. So that's cool. And this was the folding hunting knife of its time before the case hunter. And I think you're familiar with the case hunter or pocket hunter. Well, they made a pocket hunter, which is a smaller version of it. But case has a folding hunting knife that has no locking mechanism, and this pretty much occupied that space before that knife was invented or became popular. Now this is a cool golden or autumn gold jig bone. It's beautiful, and I love holding it, and I love opening and closing it. Now I'll tell you this, this is not a review, this is my initial impression shared with you, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it. This knife is super smooth to open, and it's very easy to open. In fact, you can pinch it and sling it open like they do on the Cutlery Colonel TV show. You have this extended long nail mark or nail nick, whatever you want to call it. You can open it here at the bottom, and it's kind of difficult, but not too difficult, probably like a standard slip joint knife. But just grabbing it right here and opening it is extremely smooth, and is very pleasing to the senses. You know, it's that's the walk and talk, and it does have a half stop, But it's just very nice. It feels very smooth. It's very easy to open. By the way, this is a rather large slip joint. I like large slip joints. Although this is not the biggest slip joint I've ever held, and the GEC Wadle isn't either. In fact, the biggest slip joint I ever held was from Vietnam, I think. The Vietnam time period. But this is just a very smooth and very pleasing knife to open and close. Let's see how sharp it is. Let's see if this will focus on my hair. It's kind of different doing this behind a tripod. Look, there you go. It is razor sharp. So, how every good knife should come from the factory. Now, like I said, this is very pleasing to me to open and close it. It's smooth. It takes very little, effort. I can almost do it with my pinky. So, did it with my pinky that time in 2 steps. When it stopped on the half stop, it kind of jumped out of my hands. This knife was more pleasurable to me to handle and fondle and play with and cut than when I handled a Christopher Reeve Sebenza. And a lot of you are probably thinking that I'm speaking blasphemy at this point. I was not impressed with the Christopher Reeve Sebenza. I've said this in past videos. And I think the problem with the Christopher Reeve Sebenza is, one, that it's very expensive, and 2, it's very, very hyped. It's like, oh, the Christopher Reeve Sebenza is the best in its class, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, no, I spent more money on a more expensive knife and got much more enjoyment out of it. The Christopher Reeve Sebenza is like when I got it, and I didn't own it, I just handled it at a knife store. I opened it and I was like, this is not what it's been sold to me as. It just didn't impress me. The money to pleasure when it comes to opening it and, kind of handling it, just didn't, it wasn't there for me. I didn't enjoy it. And I can't really put my finger on it, but it didn't feel like what it was sold to me as, or what it was hyped up to be. This knife, on the other hand, I think I paid like $170 something for it. I can't remember exactly, but it's a good pleasure to price ratio. It doesn't cost an extreme amount of money. It's going to be limited in production. In fact, this is the first knife I ever had with this mark on it. It says PPP, pre-production premiere, and that's like, I guess, a limited edition, I guess, or that's a stamp they do when they do like a soft release of it. I don't know what it means exactly. I looked on the forums and they said that it's just an extra stamp they put on there to make it seem more exclusive, but it seems to be like a pre-release. And this stamp doesn't mean a lot to me because this is not going to be a parchment princess. I'm going to be using it. So it's cool to have that on there. And I looked at the production numbers of this knife, and it has this knife listed twice in this jig bone configuration. I got the picture, screenshot of it. So I think that this pre-production premiere is a smaller production run of a small production knife. So it's a small production knife with an even smaller production premiere, and this is the stamp they put on it. But like I said, I've just really been enjoying this knife around the house. I haven't carried it. I've been carrying this Joker Navaja Classica, and I've also been enjoying this knife as well. I'm glad I finally got to handle one, and it has been very enjoyable. It's different. It's a different animal to this. This is a slip joint. I have no clue what this locking mechanism is called, but it's an old locking mechanism. I guess this is too. But they're two completely different animals, and I enjoy them both. And I just wanted to film this video talking to you about my GEC knife that I finally got and am starting to enjoy. And this was made in 2019, as the code specifies as a Model 97, has one blade, and then it has the model or the number designating that type of blade, and then 19 for the year. So it's awesome. I've been really enjoying both of those knives. I wanted to share them with you, especially since Fortune Fire was coming on tonight, and I'm very stoked about that. And I was like, you know what? I want to film a knife video, even though it's not a review. So that's it. I'm Asatsu5, and I'm out.